We the people. We the people. We the people.
Wow. Okay. So after basic training, what was your favorite or your least favorite part of that whole experience?
My favorite part was breakfast. I look forward to breakfast every day because we get pancakes. I used to love getting pancakes. I try to get 3 pancakes. I don't know why them pancakes was just so good. That was like the highlight. I was like, man, I just can't wait for breakfast.
So did you ever have enough time to eat it though?
Oh yeah. I was scarfing down. I was scarfing pancakes. Man, them 7 minutes was plenty enough time for me, man. Yeah, so that was like my favorite part, just eating. Shoot, my least favorite part was the gas chamber.
Yeah.
I hated the gas chamber, man. That
Yeah.
was torture.
Do you remember me inside the gas chamber?
I don't remember you inside the gas chamber. I only remember myself, and I
Right.
remember the drill sergeants because
Right.
they were just walking around like wasn't nothing phasing them. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like I'm dying right now. They just walking around like do 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 do. So yeah.
So when you put on the mask, it already smelled like the
Yeah,
chemical?
I felt it. I was like, I don't know if my gas mask's not working or what.
Same, bro. Same.
But the drill sergeant was standing straight up. I was just like, yo, like, I'm dying right now. Hated that.
Oh man! So on my first podcast, when I was talking about my story, I talked about the gas chamber.
Mm-hmm.
That was my worst experience,
Yeah.
and I stutter, right? So like, man, I'm struggling through my name. Snot, tears just coming out. I'm struggling to get my name out. I'm struggling to say my social security. I'm like, Rodriguez, and then, and I'm just tearing up. It's not everywhere, bro. Anyway, they put my mask on. That shit's just all over the place, bro. And I'm trying to clear it. Bro, it was not clearing. It was not clearing. And you know, it very smell like gas. So I'm like, oh my God, this is not clearing. As soon as they moved out the way, I saw the outline of the door, and I tried to jet. And McFadden and whoever the other jurors on went through me against the wall.
No.
Was like, stay here unless you want to do it again. And I was like, nah.
Terrible, bro. So sorry.
Oh man, so I wasn't sure if you were in the same room as me, so that's why I asked if you remember, because they definitely tossed me up against the wall.
Yeah, I just remember it being so dark in there, so I don't know who
was who. Right.
I just remember being dark, and I just remember the drill sergeants walking around like very casual, like nothing phased them.
Right.
That was crazy. Get me up out of here.
Man, that was like the main thing I was trying to warn my son about. I was like, pay attention in that class on how to clear that mask.
Yeah.
Pay attention, because like, at that age is like, it's, you know, you're trying to comprehend what they're saying, but it's like, but at the same time, I thought they were just telling us. I didn't think we was actually going to go in.
Right.
like, I don't know why I didn't even put two and two together at that time, or one and one together.
That is funny.
Like, oh, we're doing this now.
That's funny.
Oh man, sus.
That is funny.
So you went to AIT. So we all went to AIT. Fort Lee.
Yep.
Tell me about your.
Now I like Fort Lee. Fort Lee was cool.
Okay.
Because you know it's not basic training, so they're not like really like on you like that. Yeah, you still got drill sergeant, and they make you walk a formation and all that stuff. But you know, you basically just get your schooling. But that's when you get the passes and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, cool. So you're kind of like going into adulthood now. How you like the responsibility of the school, and then you get your pass, but you still got to make sure you're back on time and all that good stuff. So like I definitely like AIT because, you know, there wasn't as strict on you, and you got, like I said, get the pass. You can go to, you know, first you start going out, just going to the PA, then you can get off base. Like, oh yes, I get a little bit of freedom now or whatnot. So yeah, AIT, excuse me, was pretty cool.
Okay, so let's talk about AIT some more. So you remember the little club?
Yeah.
The little club.
Like the EDU club.
Yeah. Yo, we was in there. They're like non-alcoholic beer and all that stuff.
Yep.
Most people go crazy during their first pass. Did you go crazy on your first pass?
Definitely.
Come on, man. The hotel parties and all that stuff. You ain't.
I did go to the hotel party, but I think the first couple of times I like chilled out. Wasn't trying to do too wild because I didn't really know how to like manage everything, right? Like I said, I don't want to wild out and then end up coming back late or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I was chill. But then later on, yes, the Travel Lodge was the spot to go. I got pictures of like, oh, dang, we was wilding out. Like, who got us alcohol? Because I was like 19. Like,
right.
But yeah, I guess probably, you know, we had older people up in our class or whatnot.
Of course,
so,
of course.
Yeah, so yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Do you remember, like, so what was your favorite day or time in AIT?
Man, AIT was, it was pretty cool, man. Like I said, I didn't really have no issues with AIT. I really just like going get the passes and being able to leave. I think one time we went all the way to Richmond one time.
Right.
Yeah, but this is before Uber.
Right.
So we had to take a taxi.
Yeah,
it was like
a good penny.
Yeah. It was like 4 of us, and we just had to split it. You know what I'm saying? Because and I think Richmond might have been like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, all in a yellow taxi. But that was cool though. Like I said, it was just cool, like getting a hotel and, you know, being with the homies, meeting the girls and stuff like that, and just figuring out Richmond. You know what I mean?
Right. So I actually, my dad's house is actually 15 minutes away from Fort Lee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so every time we had a pass and I go off base, I take the taxi off base, and then my dad be out there with my car just waiting for me.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's perfect.
So I was swerving out there. But but I was telling on my podcast the reason why I picked a job at Fort Lee. I didn't care what job it was. I just picked a job at Fort Lee because my son was going to be born.
Gotcha.
And that's why it was so important for me to go there.
Okay, that's
and so do you remember the day your pass almost got taken away?
No, I don't.
You don't remember? Okay. So me and my roommate Jones. Remember Jones? Me and him. Our drill sergeant had promised me a pass.
Okay.
Because my son was supposed to be born.
Gotcha.
Then the other so that day she didn't come to work, and the other mean one came.
Gotcha.
I forgot her name, but anyway, she was like, "I'm gonna take away y'all's passes." I pull her aside. I'm like, "Hey, you like, I already got approval to go on your pass, blah blah." She's like, fuck that pass. Basically, you ain't going nowhere unless I say you going.
Oh.
So I was like, "Oh yeah, fuck that pass." I said, "Yo, I had a taxi driver on speed dial. I said, come get me a mic."
What?
He pulled up. I'm jumping out the window.
You jumped out the window?
Yeah, I jumped out my barracks window because I lived on the first floor.
Okay.
Yeah. So then Jones was like, "I'm coming with you." I'm like, "Are you sure?" Remember, him and Ortega got married.
Yes.
I was his best man. And I went with them to get married and go do stuff because I knew the area.
Gotcha.
So I was so me and Jones left off base. And I remember blowing up her phone. What? They held y'all, and
that's crazy.
They was up there trying to. They said that they couldn't do nothing to me, but Jones' wife, she wasn't getting her pass unless he came back.
Gotcha.
He's like, "I ain't coming back." But my son was a delay. He came 3 days late. But
oh wow.
So we came back to base within 23 hours.
Oh, okay.
We made sure we went into 24
Gotcha.
because there'd be AWOL.
Right.
So we came back 23 hours, and when we came back, the drill sergeant was there, and she had her 3 dogs. Do you remember Smith?
Yeah.
Okay, me and Smith are cool now, but it was Smith and the 2 other guys. The other 2 guys that were Crips or whatever. I forgot, you know. And they got the door. They got the door blocked. They over there, jumping ball hard the door, and the drill sergeant says, "Find your way in the same way you left."
Oh, wow.
So I went to the day room, cracked the window. I jumped right in there. And all of a sudden, they come in. They all trying to fight me and stuff. And Jones comes in, and he sits down. And I'm like, "Hey, Jones, like, you really going to let them jump me, like, 3-on-1? Right. And he didn't budge, bro. And at that point, like, I was like, yo, I know my roommate ain't doing me like this. And then that night, we got sent over to another company. It was crazy, bro.
Wow.
Like, we got kicked.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
That's crazy. And I remember this one dude, I don't know if you remember him, funny dude. His name was Mitchell.
Mitchell, yeah.
I remember he had to always have his the duffel bag with him. Like, that was like what PT he had to have with him. And the class had. But Mitchell was probably like the funniest dude like I've ever met in my life, man. That dude was so funny. I hope you're doing all right, man.
Yeah, man. Well, the good thing is now, like, we got their full names from the book.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, now, you know, now I could like hit them up and see, like, hey, where y'all at, whatever,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Because a lot of them are from Texas.
Yeah,
so, yeah, definitely it'd be nice to unite with a few of the people. So,
Yeah.
okay, so after AIT, you went where?
I did ASI, Additional Skills Identifier, for 88 Mike. So I went to Fort Leonard Wood for 5 weeks.
Oh man, let me tell you, I lived there for a year.
For Lost in the Woods.
Oh man, just some pawn shops. There was like 2 clubs while I was out there, and then maybe a Walmart.
Yeah.
One Walmart, yeah.
Nothing out there.
Yeah, it's nothing, bro. It's like 2 lights for that city.
Yeah.
St. Roberts.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Fort Lost in the Woods. Yep. So I had to go there for 5 weeks for 88 Mike.
Okay.
Because some people did hometown recruiting. I didn't get picked up for hometown recruiting, and I had to do the ASI. It was 5 weeks, so it was kind of like a weird time because we're kind of like in the gray area because it's like we are a permanent party, but we're not permanent party. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have like drill sergeants like yelling at us or anything like that. But at the same time, we're not like actual like
free.
soldiers, you know
Right.
But we was like allowed to like smoke cigarettes. We can leave every day if we wanted to after class or whatever the case may be. So it was pretty chill for the most part.
Okay, so you went to that school. I went to airborne school.
Okay.
Yeah. I was one of the few that was trying to be cool and stuff.
Yeah. You good?
Okay. So after that, you went to
Fort Hood.
Fort Hood.
Yep.
How was your experience there?
Fort Hood was cool, man. I ain't gonna lie. Fort Hood was real chill. When I got to reception, I got cool with somebody. We was super cool to like my first deployment. Then he went to a different unit. I went to a different unit, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, Fort Hood was chill.
Okay, yeah. It was crazy. Just a few years ago. I'm pretty sure you weren't there at that time, but the whole thing with that girl getting killed.
Oh yeah. I was
missing.
gone about it.
Yeah.
I was gone. Then I was gone when I don't know if you remember. It was like I think he might have been a captain or a major. He went up in the building like killed some people. I had just got out like maybe like a month before that happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite time at Fort Hood or?
Man, just the weekends, man. I used to love the weekends. I had like a little schedule. Like on Friday, I would like get my hair cut, wash my car, go get something to eat, chill, and then we could just go out to the clubs like Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday, I just sleep it off.
Right.
And then do it all again. Start off on Monday. I was a lazy person for real. I would sleep on my PTs just to give me a little bit more sleep. Just a little bit more sleep. So I'm like, bro, if I got my PTs on, I'm straight. I ain't got to get dressed. I just throw my roll guard vest on, I'm good.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. So being at Fort Hood, I'm sure you encountered like deployment or something like that.
Yeah. I got deployed 2005 to Iraq. So it was December 05 to December 06.
Where in Iraq did you guys go?
So the first tour was Camp Taji.
Okay.
And then the second tour was March 08 to March 09, and that was at Falcon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I got to Campbell, and then September 05 to September 06, I deployed to 5 Spiker in Iraq.
Yep. I know about Spiker.
Yeah. So we was in Tikrit area.
Yep.
So.
I was like near the Baghdad area.
Yeah. So we would drive. Did you drive trucks or were you more?
Yeah. So I drove to. We drove to Balad. We drove to Tikrit. We drove to Baghdad. That's where Liberty was at. Camp Liberty was at. So yeah, we would drive. Those were the main camps we would drive to. And then of course we went to like a couple like JSSs. You know about those, right? I was like, man, I'm glad I ain't here.
Right.
Oh God. Because it was crazy when you look back at it, right? Like, when you get to Camp Taji, you're like, man, this place sucks, and blah, 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 this and the third. And then you go to other places, like, oh, shit, we got it straight.
Right.
Because, to be honest with you, like, you really, really appreciate it when you go to another place and you got to get stationed there. So, the second deployment was 5 Falcon, right? And I was like, damn, I wish I could go back to Taji. Because Taji, we had 2 defects. We had a pool, we had a bazaar, Cinnabon, you know what I'm saying, Subway, Taco Bell.
Mhm.
We had all that, basketball courts,
Right, right.
all that. You know
Right.
what I mean? And it was a big camp too. Then I got the Falcon, small, defect was small, laundromat was small, call center was small, like everything just like minimalized. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dang, like we was actually straight at Taji. So yeah, when you look back, because sometimes, like I said, we used to have to take we hit the road and had to go to Balad. I mean, excuse me, Baghdad. Baghdad's like the Mecca, right?
Right, right.
You're like, man, they got everything. Like their PX is bigger. So you're like, man, I wish my camp was like this. But then you know you kind of appreciate it once you get back and
Right.
you see these other little camps, or you go to a JSS and you see they really do burn shit out there. You're like, oh man, I thought this was just in the movies.
No,
I remember one time
yeah.
I forgot why we had to go to a JSS. We had to go to a JSS. I think they had took over like an old palace or something like that, right? Because I think they said, what's his name? Not Bin Laden.
Sudan.
Yeah. They said
Saddam Hussein, yeah.
They said his sons had like palaces and stuff like that. So some of the people took over there, and that's where they set up camp at. But I remember I had to go to the bathroom. It was like, yo, go right there, and it was literally like a wooden porta potty with a big old pot in the bottom, and that's where they burned the shit at. So like, I'm like, this is where I gotta use the bathroom at? Like, damn. So yeah, man, you really appreciate what you got.
Yeah, Fob Spiker was a huge compound, and we lived in these, these old buildings. We had to build our own walls,
Damn.
Yeah, and me and my roommate, thank God he was like the oldest one there.
Yeah.
We always called him Old Man Grimes. So Grimes, I don't know if you remember Grimes. Oh, okay. Yeah, he also went to basic and AIT
really?
with us as well. But Grimes, he was older, so he knew some stuff.
The old white guy?
Nah, he was black. Yeah, he was a black guy.
Okay.
But everybody just put up a wall, and the walls were barely standing. Not Grimes. He built a frame. All right, he built a frame, and then he put the wall up. I was like, man, our walls were sturdy as hell, bro.
Respect.
Yeah, so shout out my roommate Grimes, man. Hey, no. So Grimes is cool. So me and him weren't there when everybody chose whether they wanted a room by themselves or to bunk up. So me and him had to bunk up because there wasn't enough space. So me and him came back off of work or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, this is y'all space. And they already put the bunk beds together. We're like, oh, I guess we, it's us.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's cool. I mean, it was weird sharing the whole space for a year with like somebody else. But yeah, we made it work though. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, traveling to different fobs that were smaller, like we had to dump the fuel into like the bags and everything like that, like and see that they didn't have nothing
Crazy,
out there.
right?
Yeah, I was like their whole base is just a little thing, few trucks here, the showers here, their little sleeping area. I'm like, oh wow, I'm never gonna complain about where I sleep again.
Exactly.
So it was crazy. Yeah, no, it was definitely crazy out there for sure.
I agree.
Yeah. So what has life been? I mean, so you got out? I mean,
Yep. I had to get out, man. When we was in Iraq the second time, they knew that we was about to get deployed already to Afghanistan. I was like, nah, I'm good on that. And they ended up moving. My unit moved to Colorado. I was like, nah, I'm not going to Carson. I was like, nah. I said, I gotta get up out of here, man. So yeah, I couldn't do it no more. I got tired of the deployments. Got tired of the double standards. Got tired of PT. You know what I mean? I just got tired of everything. So I like, nah, I'm getting out, man.
Gotcha.
So in Iraq, I knew I wasn't going to stay. Like a funny story, we still had to take PT tests.
Yeah.
So
same.
I found out all my minimums, and I just did the minimum. Like I looked at my age. I was like, okay, let's see, push-ups. I had to do like 42. I do like 42, and I stand up. You're like, Newbell, what you doing? I did the minimum. Nobody said you had to exceed this number.
Right.
Did my sit-up, stood up. I did what I was supposed to do. 2-mile run. I got to the point I was walking. They calling out the town. It's like they were like, because I think I had like to do it like 14:25 or something.
All right.
It was like 14 minutes, and then I'll run. You know what I'm saying? I get in like 14:20. What can you do? You can't do nothing to me. I did exactly what I needed to do. I did the bare minimum because I'm like, I don't want to try anymore because I'm getting out. And I'm like, we're in a war zone. Y'all worried about a PT test, like, and this, especially my second appointment, I was hitting the weights tough too, man. I'm like, bro, I'm in shape. Like, I do not need a PT test. So, yeah, I was dealt with everything.
Yeah, our PT test, it was on one of the coldest mornings in Iraq. And I went out there in some shorts, I didn't even have the jacket on.
Yeah.
I just went there in the shorts and the shirt. I said, the colder I am, the faster I'm going to move. And that was the fastest time I ran that 2 miles.
How fast you do it?
I don't know, but I was always like average. I wasn't like the fastest person.
Yeah,
I was always pretty average, and I always made it within time. But man, I think I maxed like a minute faster than what I normally do.
Oh damn, okay.
So like I was moving. I was like, I'm cold. I'm like, I need a warm up.
I ain't gonna lie, that's dope.
Oh man, everybody was like, yo, Rodriguez, what the hell? Oh man, no. Have you ever experienced like the spider monkeys? I mean, the spiders out there, like the one.
Everybody kept on talking about. I never seen them.
Really?
Never seen them.
Man, we seen it one time, man. We came back and
the camel spiders.
Yeah, the camel spiders.
I kept on hearing about it. Never seen them.
Yeah, there was one like our lights were shining on the building or something like that, and all of a sudden, like I thought I saw something move. I'm like, but I didn't see it. I like how you see like a glare.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what the hell? And then next thing you know, somebody walks over there, and that thing just like jetted.
No. I hate spiders, bro. I'm glad I didn't see none.
It was like 1 o'clock in the morning too.
Oh man.
So, like, could you speak about? Did you see some action out there?
Yeah, definitely. Well, we got hit a couple times. First appointment, my truck got hit. My truck got hit like 3 different times in 3 different vehicles. So that was scary because I got hit in an RG33, I got hit in a Buffalo, and I got hit in a Humvee. The Humvee was probably the scariest because like it's like the lowest to the ground.
Right.
And it was at nighttime, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the second deployment was actually like more chill. Like we didn't even roll on red, like we rolled on amber, and I'm like, oh, they would let, this is when they said the vehicles can pass us in the convoy. Yeah.
The convoy, you don't pass, you don't come in.
Yeah, they was like, the vehicles coming, just let them go by. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, get beside you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like I said, you gotta remember our weapons are on amber. So you know what I'm saying? We're not even ready to shoot nobody. So yeah, I was like, times has changed right now. But yeah, that second deployment, I didn't get hit, but that first deployment, of course, was 0506. I remember
that's when stuff was still popping.
Yeah, man. Remember the Como blackouts, and I remember I think they killed Saddam while we was there.
Yeah, bro. Yep, same.
So shit was wild that first deployment, man. Like, it was tough, man. I ain't gonna lie, but the second appointment was like more chill though.
Okay, gotcha. So like, how has life been since you got out, man?
It's cool, man. It's cool. One thing that people ask me about, that I could tell them, they were like, "Oh man, did you like the Army or blah blah blah?" I said I didn't really like it, but one thing I do like for sure is that I still got people that I'm cool with to this day.
Right.
That I either met in basic training, or I met at AIT, I met at basic, or I met at my first duty station. Like I'm still cool with people to this day. This is 2026, so I still know people from over 20 years ago that I can link up with. I still got their phone numbers. We can talk, text, or whatever the case may be. So that's one thing that I really like. That I probably would have never met these people before because they're all from different parts of the world. You know what I'm saying? One's from Mississippi, one's from Ohio, one's from Georgia. Like we never would have met each other unless, we would join the Army and either met at basic AIT or at Fort Hood. So yeah, that's one of the things that I really appreciate from the military, definitely.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's the same thing here, like the brotherhood.
Yeah.
I definitely miss that, because we're all in it, we're all in the same fight. We all got the same mission,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that definitely brought us together. I mean, like you. I mean, I would never have met you ever.
Yeah.
If we didn't go in at that same time.
Right,
We've
right,
been at the
right.
same place. You just had to be there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So for sure.
Yeah.
What have you been doing since you
Man,
got out?
I've been doing a little bit of everything. So like when I first got out, I contracted with KBR. I went like I got out August. I was back in Iraq in September, but I wasn't tripping though.
Yeah, you making the
Yeah, I was making way more money than what
way
I was
more.
making,
Right.
and it was more chill, more relaxed, or whatever the case may be. So I did that. You know, I had various jobs. I like worked at the IRS and things of that nature. But lately, you know, thank God I got my 100%,
Mm-hmm.
which is great, especially in Texas because I don't pay any property taxes on my
Right.
house. Get the benefits
Fine.
for the
Yeah.
kids to go to school, for my wife to go to school, and this, that, and the third. You know, get the DV tag, so you park for free at the airport.
VIP parking, my boy.
Yeah, so you do things like that. And then lately, I've been doing wholesale real estate. So I've been working with a group of guys, and you can also do it yourself. So I do it sometimes myself too. So that's the things I've been working on lately.
That's something I've been thinking about getting into. I know a few guys that are inside that field now.
Mm-hmm.
There's even one guy who's always hitting me up like, "Yo, you want to join the team? Want to join the team?" And I'm just like,
I would look into it.
because they know me as a hustler.
There you
Like,
go.
yeah, I'm a straight hustler, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a go getter. You know what I'm saying? So like, they're like, man, we see you grinding, blah blah blah. You trying this, you trying that, you doing this, you doing that. Like, you know, like you don't let nothing stop you from, you know,
That's dope, man.
doing what you got to do. So
That-
yeah, no, that's something I was definitely trying to get into.
Check
as
it out.
well, yeah.
What you been up to lately?
Man, you know, I'm a hip hop artist. I have my film and photography business.
Yeah.
And I've just been traveling. You know, that's like my main thing. That's my main goal in life.
Okay.
You know, like,
where the latest place you been?
well, last year I went to Vegas. I went
Nice.
to Nashville.
Yeah.
I went to New Mexico, Miami, and Chicago.
There you go. Which one did you like the most?
You know, I like Chicago.
Yep.
That was my
It's that sleeper. People
yeah.
don't, because you think about Chirac and all this stuff like that. And then you go to Chicago yourself, we're like, this place is nice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stay away from the hood part, but that's in any city, right?
Right.
But for the most part, like, Chicago's a beautiful city.
Yeah, I went out there in June. So
that's perfect time to go.
Perfect time, yeah. So, of course, South Beach is like, I always go to South Beach.
Yeah.
I always go to Vegas.
Yep.
New Mexico, that was my first time going
Okay.
there. It was small, but it was cool.
Yeah.
And then I went to the military base on there.
Yeah.
Once I got off the plane, I went there and I did some like shopping real quick.
Yeah.
Because I think I just packed like a book bag and I just bought like a shirt or something from there. So I was like, all right. And then Chicago though was dope.
I went in July, 4th of July, perfect weather.
Yeah.
Perfect weather. Like, it probably didn't get no hotter than like 80.
Yeah. No,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was
perfect,
like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah. So Chicago was dope.
Food was good.
Yeah. Nashville, I went out there for like the 4th of July weekend.
My mom's side of the family's from Nashville.
Okay.
So I used to go there all the time. See, I always call it the Batman building. The one, yeah.
So yeah, you would have loved being at Fort Campbell again.
Yeah.
You would have
all
been,
my family's right there.
Yeah, right. You would have been closer to family. So when we were there, yeah, we used to go to Nashville all the time and go party on the weekends because, like I said, there was only like 2 clubs in Clarksville at that time that was really popping.
Yeah.
You know, maybe 2 or 3 that was like really popping. So every time we went to get away, for sure.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So what would be your advice, man, if you if you talk to somebody young that wants to go in? I mean, like, what is your advice, or if you want to give a positive message to like the world right now?
Yeah. So if you're gonna join the military, I would say get the highest score on your ASVAB as possible.
Right.
I did not have a very high ASVAB score,
either.
so my job selection was very limited.
We was in the same job.
Bro, very limited. It was like this, or this. And I'm like, I go with this.
Right.
Versus if you get a higher score, you know what I'm saying, you got the pick of the litter, you know what I mean? And that'll be good for you while you're in and for when you get out, right? Because some of these MOSs that we get, they don't really translate that well once you get out. Right. Nobody, that's the stuff they don't tell you in the beginning. You know
right.
Yeah, think about what you're gonna do when you get out. Because some people, they'll have this job in the military and they get a completely different job when they get out because their MOS really don't translate. So I would say study hard for that ASVAB and try to get as high as a score as you can. That way you'll have more options. I think life is all about having options. That's one thing about like having money, knowing people, things of that nature. That way you can just have more options to your disposal. That way when you're in, you be like, oh man, this job is chill or whatever the case may be. Because I'm pretty sure you know people like they don't do shit at their job. They're in the military, right? And then you find out people that they get them good jobs when they get out. I know some people they was already having good jobs for when they got out while they were staying in. They're like, oh yeah, I got this job. When I get out, I'm about to be making
Right.
X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, what? Because their job translated. You know what I mean? So that would be my recommendation if you're going to go to the military. No knock on the Army, but I would say if you can, try to join the Air Force.
First, right?
Yeah, try to join the Air Force first because they got better living conditions and they seem like more relaxed with the facial hair and all that stuff. They be getting cool places because, like, you know, then you talk to some people, they get the cool duty station, like overseas and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. I got 400. You know what I mean? So I would say that I would personally recommend the Air Force and then the Army and then whatever after then. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what would be my personal recommendation for anybody that wants to go into the military.
Awesome. I would say the same thing. I got one more question for
Yes,
you.
sir.
Like, what was your highest rank obtained?
E4.
E4.
Hey, man, I got
Hey,
E4.
you was not trying to go no more, huh?
Nah, man, no. And it was like, oh, because when I was deployed, it was like, yo, you know, you're promotable and all that. I'm like, I don't care. I'm getting out. So a lot of times it was like, if you got promoted, you had to stay in longer. I don't want to stay in no longer than what I need to. Because I was already mad that I got stop loss.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, same. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I shouldn't even be at this deployment anyway. So I'm already getting stop loss, and then y'all want to promote me, and then I got to stay in even longer. I was like, nah. So I was E4. I was able to max out that. I was E4 for like a couple years, or whatever the case may be. So that's like that good gray area. You know what I mean? They don't treat you like shit, but they don't give you too much responsibility.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just like maxed that out. What about you?
Man, I retired at E5.
Nice.
Yeah. So when I was in Iraq, you know, like got ready for the board and all that stuff. I was non-promotable I got into some trouble while out there, while in Iraq. We're gonna talk about that in another podcast, but
I got into some trouble too, so I'll come back and tell you about mine.
So we got Specialist Newbell.
Yes, sir.
Retired Specialist Newbell. Retired Sergeant Rodriguez. We appreciate y'all tuning in to the Unknown Heroes podcast. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.
We the people. We the people. We the people.